So it's 18:15 p.m. It is Thursday. Happy Thirsty TikTok Thursday, y'all. So this is a fandom thoughts vid about wrestling. And I'll be back in a little while with 3 comics to run off to. So all these vids total will take about 1-2 hours to run off. So wrestling. I've done a handful of vids on wrestling, but this one popped in my head because I talked about it before, but I figured I should do a separate video on it because I saw a post read just a few minutes ago on Twitter about how Pat McAfee got threatened by a fan, death threat and shit over what happened at the Elimination Chamber. I'm like, okay. I haven't watched WWE in a long ass time, but the death threat shit, like, that's just cognitive dissonance. It literally is. And the fact that there's still diehard fans out there that can't separate reality from fiction is mind-boggling. And the fact that wrestling encourages this is even more baffling. Like, I know it's fake. I know it's scripted. You don't see me going around making death threats and calling people faggots. And I love it. And it's not a thing of like, oh, I hope it happens all the time. No, it's a thing of what I love is how almost every death threat made on someone else in the wrestling business ends with either faggot or they call them a nigger because they're black or some other shit. It's funny as hell. If you're mad that I said them words, 1, I'm half black. 2, I'm pansexual. Go pound sand, alright? So, I find it funny that they go through the motions. It's the same cycle with this shit. Like, just because your favorite wrestler didn't win does not mean you go after a random announcer because they like them. Like, grow up. They're all friends. You should know this by now. Everybody backstage, they interact with each other to a certain degree. Some are actually really good friends with each other. Some of them hate each other's guts. It depends on who you talk to. But, like, you can't just... Some of y'all just need to get the hell outside and touch fucking grass once in a while, that's all. You'll feel a lot better. But why do I talk about this? Because I went through this. I got sucked into that too. When DX reformed in 2006, my dissociation was high. I talked about this. My dissociation was high. My cognitive dissonance was off the charts. And that was basically peak autism for me too. Yeah, I'm autistic, in case you did not know this. Or haven't read my bio on my page. I'm autistic. Hi. No, you don't have to have Down syndrome to be autistic either. More arguments for another day that I don't feel like getting into. So, yeah, the cognitive dissonance. It is hard. It's easy to get swallowed into that and never want to climb out of it. It's so easy to sink into. It's like putting on your favorite pair of pajamas and wearing them for ever. You never want to take them off because they're so comfortable. And you just don't ever want to wear something different. That's what it is. And even though people around you will say, oh, they're rotting, they're falling apart. No, they're not. They're fine. They still fit. They're okay. That's what you tell them. But everybody around you sees they're not. That's cognitive dissonance. If you have a favorite toy that is breaking apart and they're like, oh, here, we'll get you another one. It's the same one. No, this one's fine. I can still play with it. That's cognitive dissonance. Because you see it still has value. They see it needs repaired. It's crazy. But with wrestling, like, people get so obsessed with the talent, and it's sad. And you motherfuckers stalking them at the airport? The fuck's wrong with you? Ooh, cringe. Ugh. Like I saw the one video, because I'll watch different clips now and then. And there was, it was a comp deal. And one had Rey Mysterio confronting fans who wanted him to sign Pops. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna. Because you're just gonna resell them. I'm like, good, smart man. And then one with Rhea Ripley where she saw them, gathering. I was like, Jesus, you guys keep coming out of nowhere. I'm like, yeah, leave them the fuck alone. Like, think about this. They're working, and I'm trying to think what the busiest month is. All right, I'll rewind back to the Monday Night War. Easier that way. So you factor in Raw, Nitro, SmackDown, Thunder. Keeping track now, right? 4 shows, plus 2 pay-per-views. That's 6. Plus Sunday Night Heat. That's 7. Imagine that. That's 7 fucking tapings. And some live. Just saying. It's a lot. And you figure all that travel, they're tired as hell. They don't want to deal with your ass. They want to go to their hotel room, crash out, and wait for the next day. Shit. Mm. But no, all you see is what they project on TV. And you get hooked into that because you believe in them, you idolize them, you worship them. And this is not a thing of, me demonizing you or me bashing on you and shit. I'm just explaining things from my perspective because this is what's going on. Shit. Yeah, my cognitive dissonance was high then. And I know this. Like, I recognize, like, ugh, horrible. But back then, it was fun. But to the Monday Night War with all them tapings and shit, they're tired as fuck. And then you fast forward to now, where, it's a whole new era. No more WCW, no more Monday Night War. Companies are still around. Travel schedule is still a pain in the ass. You throw in jet lag, having to do repetitive match exercises, signings, interviews, what else? Downtime, family time. Like, and then you come along. You're all up in the, can I get your autograph? Can I get your autograph? Can I get your autograph? Can you sign this for my kid? And they're like, but they put on a mask for it. They're like, yeah, I can do that for you. I'll sign this for you. Come here. They're all nice and stuff. That's their mask. That's the nice mask. Because they're tired. They're exhausted. It'd be like if you came up to somebody who is in a depressive state and you're like, oh, you'll snap out of it. Just be happy. They don't know how to be happy. Shit, dude. Oh, it's so sad. And if somebody comes along and tells you, oh, they're really good friends and stuff, and you're like, no, they're not. They're enemies. They fight in the ring all the time. Oh, most of them hits don't even connect. They don't. Some of them don't connect. And it's funny because I never thought about that growing up. But as I've been watching wrestling bios, he's pointed out sometimes where they've missed hits and stuff like and even live it has happened too. It's funny. But at the same time, it's like, man, sometimes you gotta step away from the situation and look at it from an outsider's point of view. Like, you are literally balls deep in the shit. And people are around you and they're like, oh, this is fake. This isn't really happening. It's not real. Like, they're just going to move on from one thing to another. It's going to be completely forgotten. You're like, no, it's not. They're going to fight it all out like they usually do. They'll never leave. And then you take them for granted. And that's the worst thing. Because a lot of them you take for granted and then they're gone the next day because they either died of an overdose, suicide, heart attack, alcoholism, rape, assault, drugs, murder in the extreme case. But it's wild. Like, you take them for granted because you think you know them. You think you know them, but you really don't. Nah. I saw it was on the Wikipedia page. Big fucking deal. You don't know them. I know them. No, you don't know them. No. What is their favorite food to eat? What is their favorite place to go and meditate at? Who was their childhood hero? Who do they love more? Their mom, their dad, or their grandmother? Or their grandfather? Who was their babysitter growing up? Who? Tell me. Please tell me. Oh, you don't know? Oh, okay. Thought so. You don't know them. They're people. They're people. Just like me and you. Only they get paid more because they're portraying a character that resonates with whoever. That's how it goes. It's wild. Like, I got so hooked into that shit, and I'm like, wow, that was crazy times. It was fun, but now I'm like, boring. That's why I quit watching AEW. I got tired of AEW. Like, that was fun, but then I got like 3 weeks behind in watching stuff, and that adds up quick. Because I wasn't watching it when it was live. And I got 3 weeks behind. I'm like, fuck this, I'm done watching. I got sick of it, because some of it was to the point where I would sit and watch all of it, and then I got to the point where I just want to know who the fuck wins, so I would just fast forward through the shit. It got so tiring. Now, I love the talent. I'm not dissing the talent at all. I love the talent. I have a lot of different favorites. So many. And then yesterday, it was Tuesday, or was it Monday? No, it was Tuesday because I went to the gym and did my running. Right? Yeah. No, it was Wednesday. Dumb fuck. I can't tell time half the time. Tuesday. I found out that Penta and Ray Fenix aren't with AEW anymore. I'm like, great. So they'll be going to WWE eventually. Sucks. But them's the breaks. They leave, they come back. It happens. Um, but yeah, like, wrestling is wild. And making death threats, like, that serves no purpose. That makes you stupid. That puts you on a new list. Especially if, whoever you threaten decides to show your actual account. Then you're really fucked. Then you're in the public eye. Then people will dox your ass. And then it turns into fuck around and find out. And then you're really screwed. You lose your job. You lose the respect of your peers, your family, if you have a family. You become a pariah. And then you're a laughing stock of the internet and nobody gives a fuck about you anymore. And then you're in a depressive state and you don't know what the fuck to do. You act like everybody else is the enemy, and then somebody comes like, why don't you just be happy? Like that full circle, didn't you? Why don't you just be happy? What are you so depressed about? It's wild, man. You get put on that list of, like, people to watch out for. Like, I love seeing the fan jumping the barricade deals. They are funny. Oh, like, that is massive dissociation. Like, you think you're gonna attack some, but it's one of the wrestlers because they're a bad guy to you, and you can't separate reality from fiction. And then you get banned from events because they have your face on a list. You fucked up. Like, you need to take a step back and realize that, yes, it's a sport, it's for entertainment, it's all scripted, Most of the injuries are real. Some of them are fake. Nobody is really in love with each other, story-wise. Or story-wise they are, but in reality, no. They have husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, all that shit. Maybe even a throuple. Who knows? But some of them definitely like to keep their lives private. I saw that with that one Japanese chick. What the fuck's her name? And she's really good too. I can't remember her fucking name. And she recently posted about that, how people are so in love with her and sending her things. She's like, leave me alone. I'm like, yeah, I'd be terrified too. Because y'all get attached. You're like fucking babies sucking on tits. And you can't let go of the tit. Like, drop the tit. Like, man, it is insane how people can't separate reality from fiction. It's sad. And it can lead to a lot of bad shit down the road. Or currently, if they're in that situation, too. I mean, like, imagine being so obsessed with someone that you alienate everybody else around you. Imagine that. Really think about this. If you've never seen wrestling, you can appreciate this process right here. If you are obsessed with say you're obsessed with pears. Think about this funny analogy. Say you're obsessed with pears. And you alienate everybody around you because you can't let go of your pear obsession. You collect every type of pear there is on the planet. You have been to every pear convention. You have authors' whole book collection on growing pears. You have a house dedicated to pears. You have artworks of pears everywhere. And people are like, why are you so obsessed with pears? Can't you see it's tearing our family apart? Can't you see it's hurting everybody because you don't know how to let go of pears? And you're like, no, this is normal. I like pears. What's wrong with that? It's a healthy obsession. I like it. And you have pear tattoos. Your whole body is covered in pear tattoos. You even went as far as taking your own hard-earned money to get your head shaped like a pear. And you know there's a motherfucker out there that would do that kind of shit. Oh my god. It's so sad. But you get where I'm coming from, right? You understand this. Now apply the pears to wrestling. Yeah, it's that bad. And you're like, oh shit. That's what I've been trying to tell you. That's what your friends have been trying to tell you. Like, what you see on TV, what you see on social media is a mask. You don't see their real selves. No. The crying, that's scripted. Oh, God. You think you can do better for them? Really? Nah. They have high standards. That's the thing. They have high standards. You and I could never live up to what they perceive as high standards. Nah. And that's not a knock. It's just a thing of they're not the same as you and I because they came up through different childhoods. That's what sets us apart from them. We're all equal, but childhoods definitely change who they are. And it's wild. And if you don't believe me, go watch Dark Side of the Ring. Literally, go watch Dark Side of the Ring. You'll understand. Fuck. Like, oh, I had a great life, and then drugs and alcohol took me. I became a sex addict. I treated people like shit. I died. I committed suicide. That's what happens. They had such a great life. I don't know why they acted like this. Oh, I know why they did. No, you don't. Yes, I do. It happens, dude. So if you decide to get obsessed with something, think about it before you do. Really think about it. Like, is it worth getting obsessed over? Is it going to cost me my mental health? Is it going to alienate me from everybody? Am I going to go and get a pear tattoo on my ass because I love pears? Oh, God. It's wild, man. Like, do I idolize any wrestlers? No, not really idolize. It's not a thing of idolization for me. It's a thing of I get them. I do. I get them where they're coming from and shit. And it's wild how a lot of things that play out come full circle. I love that shit too. But damn, the cognitive dissonance. It's a bitch. It's not your friend. It is your mortal enemy all the time. And it applies to every situation. Even when you're in high school and obsessing over one of the random popular girls or boys or whoever you're into, and you think that automatically they want you, you're desirable in their eyes, yada yada yada. You're really not, because they don't know you. You don't even talk to them. You're pretty. I like you. Give me kisses. It's funny, but it's true. Like, Jesus. Oh, it's so sad. Or you're so socially awkward that you don't know how to articulate words. Or you don't know how to articulate your emotions. If you're emotionally unstable with cognitive dissonance, oh shit. You are a ticking time bomb. Gotta love them motherfuckers. Woo. Oh man, they are time bombs. Shit. Mm-mm-mm. But the whole case in point here is you don't know shit about these wrestlers or the announcers. You really don't. I know everything. I've seen the scandals. I know what's going on. Do you? Really? What you know is what is released in a press statement from PR. That's it. I mean, you think these people who talk in interviews are being actually fully candid about it? No, they're not. They're holding back. It's another mask. It's like it's like asking Rey Mysterio to never wrestle with a mask again, which he did back in the day. He took it off, but then he put it back on. It's like asking every luchador to take off their mask and wrestle without a mask. It's disrespectful to them. It's part of their lineage. It's part of their legacy. It's part of their history. They'll never do it. It's who they are. It's their identity. But outside of that mask, they're a whole nother person. Yeah. Yep. So that was a fun rant. Oh man. It's like CM Punk said, tell me when I'm telling lies. Plain simple. Tell me when I'm telling lies. So, yeah, I'm gonna upload this and I will return in a little while with comics to run off and 2 movies. Yeah, 2 movies. Because I can actually watch movies. I can watch things. I'm special. But yeah. So, case in point, don't threaten people because it makes you look really stupid. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Like in your mind, you might think you're in the right to do it, but in reality, it just makes you look like a petty keyboard warrior. It really does. Like, it just makes you look so weak. Absolutely weak. Nobody likes a weak person. No. Because what are weak people? Easy to step on and easy to control. And look at you. You got all upset because your favorite wrestler didn't win. They turned on you. They betrayed everything they stood for. So you're gonna take it out on some random person who doesn't even fucking know you. You follow them thinking, oh, I'll just cruise their whole account and stay on them all day long, all week long, and I'll learn everything I can about them because that's who I am, and I'm gonna be the best knowledgeable person about them because I know them better than they know themselves. Yet I've never fully interacted with them aside from one time when they liked my post. And that was the only time we ever talked. That's you. Crazy, right? Get help. Go see a therapist. Do better for yourself. For real. Like, fuck, life's too short to be sitting around doom scrolling on a profile and getting mad about shit and then making death threats and calling them a faggot. Really? What kind of faggot are they? Are they an edible faggot? Are they a burnable faggot? Because burning them, there's two ways. You either smoke or you get them together as a bundle of sticks. Love it. Or you ask them to help you carry their books. Don't believe me? Look up the word in the dictionary. It has many meanings. So, I shall return. Stay tuned.